Hi guys, so I uploaded a video recently where the UK government, due to Brexit, decided that companies that wanted to pollute Britain's rivers and lakes can do so, as long as one of the reasons for doing it was Brexit. I kid you not. Well, Sky News has information that Brexiteers weren't holding all the cards when it came to this Australian trade deal. Remember the one that Liz Truss and her boss Boris Johnson were boasting so much about? Well, it seems they folded like a cheap suit on an important issue. Important for Britain, not important for Brexiteers.
Sky exclusive, we can reveal that ministers agreed to bow to pressure from Australia to drop binding climate change commitments from the UK-Australian trade deal. A leaked email obtained by Sky News reveals that the Trade Secretary, Liz Truss, and the Business Secretary, Kwasi Kwarteng, decided the government could drop two of the climate asks, including temperature goals, from the text of the agreement. Well, our Deputy Political Editor, Sam Coates, broke the story, and he's with me now. So, Sam, tell us more.
Good morning, Adam. With 51 days to go until Britain hosts the Global Climate Change Summit, COP, in Glasgow, we can reveal that ministers have bowed to pressure from Australia to scrub two very specific commitments from the UK-Australia trade deal, which is still in negotiation. Now, you might have thought that that was done and dusted 3 months ago when Boris Johnson met his Australian counterpart, Scott Morrison, but we are told that actually some of the most difficult asks are happening right now, and it's not yet concluded, even though Britain hopes to get it over the line within weeks. I've obtained an email, a leaked email from the Cabinet Office, a senior official, that revealed what went on last month. This said that after discussions involving Lord Frost and Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng met. The note says the Business Secretary has agreed that in order to get the Australia FTA, Free Trade Agreement, over the line, DIT, the Department for Trade, can drop both of the climate asks, i.e. on precedents of multilateral environment agreements over FTA provisions and a reference to the Paris Agreement temperature goals. Now, you remember that there was a previous COP summit in Paris that successfully bound the various nations to reducing their emissions by specific amounts. And whilst I understand that the UK-Australia trade deal will contain references, broader references to the Paris Agreement, it's those temperature commitments that will be dropped.
Why? And why are they being dropped? Because, well, there are two ways of looking at this. Brexiteers don't care about the environment. I don't think they actually care about the environment, especially ones in government. We've seen in the previous video that I uploaded about how, they're willing to cut protections for rivers and lakes because of Brexit. And when it came to the trade deal, was it a case of, well, we just want to get a trade deal as quickly as possible because we need to find some sort of benefit of Brexit? Or do we not care about these provisions? I think it's probably a bit of both. Boris Johnson is desperate to provide some positive of Brexit. So he invited, the Australian Prime Minister was over. He said, look, let's take this opportunity to present to the public that we have a done and dusted deal, even though it was another lie, another Tory lie, another Boris Johnson lie. But we have this done and dusted deal. It's great for both Australia, it's great for Britain. In reality, it's bad for both. Well, worse for Britain, of course, but bad for the environment. And once again, we have this idea that the Brexiteers continue to present this position of strength, but in reality, it's weakness. I said before, if you want a good trade deal, you need to spend time and effort. Liz Truss didn't want to spend any time or any effort, so she got as quick a deal as possible. And she folded on important issues. Now, these are just two that have been leaked. What are the other aspects of the trade deal that have where you had the Brexiteers folding like a cheap suit? Because remember, the Tories voted against scrutiny of these trade deals. So the only information we're getting out of these trade deals is leaked information from civil servants. Thank God that these people are doing this, because we wouldn't have known until everything was done, and then years later, perhaps when a lot of these policies were implemented, you'd be able to go back and have a look at the trade deal. But until it's signed completely, we don't know what's contained within it. And we may never know exactly what's contained within it. So it would be interesting to see where else the International Trade Secretary Liz Truss has folded, and also what other trade deals she has signed where the UK has folded. Because as I said before, if you want a deal quickly, you're going to compromise on whatever the other side want. You know, Britain presents itself as global Britain, post-Brexit Britain, as this strong force in the world. And it folded to Australia. Australia demanded something and they said, okay, whatever. How is this strength? This is absolute weakness. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?